Hey guys, it's RJ the Fed. We're here with another double bottle review. We haven't done one of these in a while. We're going to be doing a Canadian and a bourbon. So we're going to pour up this and let this aerate while we do our bourbon because last time we tried this, we didn't really care for it. So now we picked up this Rich and Rare Reserve because of the Bourbon Syndicate, Mr. Rusty. He said he enjoys this and finds this to be a really light, fine pour. It's only 40% alcohol, 80 proof, so just enough to even call it a whiskey in the first place. Most Canadian whiskeys I find to be this light too. It says it's distilled in Canada, so in small batches, aged patiently in hand-picked oak barrels. Rich and Rare Reserve delivers a distinctive smoothness and unparalleled elegance. This is imported and bottled in the USA by Sazerac in Louisville, Kentucky. So is a Sazerac import if that means anything to you guys. I have a few other things that I've tried too, like that Kanchaka rum that was also imported by Sazerac. I don't think the import means too much as far as like quality control when it comes to Sazerac products, but we'll have this one here that we'll give a try in a little bit. Like I said, we want to let this one aerate a little bit because it had like a funky taste to it last time. Now this bottle, Charles Goodnight, Texas straight bourbon whiskey, 115 proof or 57.5% alcohol by volume. Gonna open this bad boy up. A little plastic comes off. Toss that. We'll deal with that later. Not very much of a cork pop. It is an actual cork. It's not synthetic. Pour up a little bit. So the plastic on this one will probably have to take off because it's creating a little lip that's overlapping on the bottle. So let's see if we can get that off too while we're messing with it. Yeah, there we go. That should be enough. We got some tape here too, but that should be fine. Deal with that plastic later. So getting into this bottle, it says, my great-great-uncle was legendary Texas cattleman Charles Goodnight, who drove herds of longhorn thousands of miles over the now famous Goodnight Loving Trail. His adventurous life inspired books, movies, and this bold high-rye Texas bourbon at a barrel strength of 115 proof. Our intense whiskey delivers toasted caramel aromas, nutty flavors, and a peppery bite that lingers long past sunset. To the spirit of the West, William P. Bill Foley, GoodnightWhiskey.com. This is bottled by Goodnight Distillery, and it's got Miram, Loma, California on here, so I don't know if that's the company that's taken over this, but maybe it's distilled and bottled here. I'm not quite sure on that one. This has a 6-year oak-aged statement on it, so good 6-year statement for a Texas bourbon, so like I said before, and I'll say it again, I don't really like Texas whiskeys. I did found that I liked Balcones. People thought I was a little crazy for liking the pot still one and the single malt. Also have a lineage, which honestly tastes like the single malt, just an extra year. But this one's 6 years, so most of them are like 2, 3, and 4 years. So seeing a 6-year from Texas is pretty impressive in my opinion, because I would say that most of the time you're going to have a lot of evaporation from our summers, so it makes it hard to actually age these and have anything left in the barrel when it comes time to bottle. So do a little swirl to get it aerated. This is a fresh crack. See how this does. It does have a spicy, like peppery note to it for sure. A little nuttiness and earthiness too. It has a pretty dark color too. I know the bottle's very dark, so it's hard to kind of see the liquid inside. I think the bottle itself is tinted glass, but let's give her a little taste. So it definitely has that peppery note that they were talking about, or what do they call it? A peppery bite that lingers long past the sunset. I don't know about lingering. It kind of dissipated already, but there's definitely a peppery bite to it. That bite, or that peppery bite, was a lot more forward. There is some caramel in there, and it is very toasted. That does come out. The nutty flavor, I find it to be more of the earthiness, so maybe it's from the char on the oak. It does have like a peppery scent to it, though. 115 proof, like, I don't know if I would drink this neat, maybe because the peppery note's a little too strong. Maybe we'll try this in a cocktail or try this over ice, or maybe we'll mix it with some Dr. Pepper for you guys, but this bottle's not bad. It's definitely unique. I've never had anything like this. Like, the peppery note is very, very different than any note that I've ever had in any other whiskey or bourbon I've tried. I can't think of a single one that can even come close to this as far as flavor or taste profile. It being aged 6 years, though, it doesn't drink really hot like the Texas whiskeys that I have had, like the Still Austin Cask Strength, because that was just all leather to me, and pine. This one, I don't really get those notes on it, and it's not like this bitter bite. I mean, the bite comes from, like what they say, the peppery bite, and probably from the toast on the barrel. I would say this is pretty good, though. $75 good? Probably not. Like, yeah, I wouldn't buy it again for $75, but once again, super unique bottle. It's got this little metal medallion. Got a longhorn skull with a star above it, 115 proof Texas, and 6-year age stated. That's pretty unique, I would say, out of all the ones I've had. Coming over here for Mr. the Bourbon Syndicate Rusty, we're going to try this Rich and Rare Reserve Canadian, imported by Sazerac Company. Just like before when I tried this, there's not a lot of nose on it. I can't really get anything off of it. It smells so light that there's like not like a flavor profile I can pin to it. Now, the taste, let's find out. Hopefully it's changed from last time I had it. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't something I would enjoy, so we'll try. Very light, very watery, very herbal, like tea, like maybe green tea, if I had to put a name to it. And it has this weird like tang to it. It's like a floral bite. Nothing harsh. It's just the flavor is very tangy, and it's like a floral note, like a flower. It has like this slight vanilla taste to it too, but it's very subtle. If you sip this like in very, very small amounts and you don't go for like a mouthful or swallow a bunch of this all at once, you can kind of enjoy the flavors of it, and I can see why this is a smooth drinker. In fact, when I went to the store today for my bourbon hunts, this guy walks in, the old dude, he goes straight over there, he grabs this and he walks away. So, I mean, obviously someone likes it if they're walking into a store just to get a single bottle of this and walk out and didn't look at anything else on the shelf. So I definitely believe there's people out here that drink this and they enjoy this thoroughly. It's not that I don't enjoy it, it's just not preferred. Like, I like higher proof. I like some more flavor to it. This is very light and easy to drink, very smooth. I just don't like the flavor profile of the floral notes that come out of it. And like I said, it's got like a little tanginess to it. Now that it's had time, though, to aerate, because I opened this up probably like last week or the week before, it's much more enjoyable. Like, way, I bashed Rusty for it because I was like, man, maybe this guy doesn't know what he's doing or what he's drinking, but it's definitely opened up. I'll probably try this again, too, in the future. Probably won't do another review on it because, I mean, you guys probably aren't here for the Canadian whiskey. You're here for the bourbon. So if you're here for the bourbon, drop that in the comments. If you like Canadian whiskey and you want to see more reviews on some Canadian whiskey, drop that in the comments. But this one, this Goodnight by Charles Goodnight, this one's pretty darn good for what it is. Like I said, very unique flavor profile. So nothing like it, at least in my collection. Maybe you guys have had something similar. This is my double bottle review of Charles Goodnight and Rich and Rare Reserve Canadian whiskey. This one was bought on a whim, $75. This one was bought because of Rusty. I want to say this was like $12 or $14. So very cheap, very bottom shelf, easy to find. He did say, though, make sure you look for the ones with the gold tops. They have one with a plastic screw top as well, that's not gold, he said that's different. It's not the Rich and Rare Reserve. So if you're going to get one of these to try, thanks to the Bourbon Syndicate, you might want to make sure you get the right one, because there is another one out there that he said is no good in his opinion. So look for this one if you like Rusty from the Bourbon Syndicate. I'll drop his little tag in the bottom too, if I remember, so you guys can go check out his channel if you guys haven't already. Like, comment, subscribe, and go check out Rusty over at the Bourbon Syndicate. He just started a new channel, so you guys might have known him from Off Track Syndicate. Now he has the Bourbon Syndicate channel as well that he's starting, where he's doing some bourbon hunt videos. And if you guys know that we're getting close to those 250 subscribers, this bottle's open now, so this can be a bottle that we send a sample of if you guys want to try some different Texas whiskey. I've sure never heard of it before, so I'm assuming you guys haven't either unless you live in the area. Tune in next time. This is RJ the Fed signing out.